So found some interesting stuff along the way. Also, we're wondering why this was all blue. Well, we're going for one last scenic drive in this thing.
Casual cruise up the coast.
It's actually going way better now.
Is that what you expected?
Better than I expected, actually. What a pulse. Geez, that's the first time I've noticed that. That's mean. Auto adjusting suspension. James's rotisserie chicken. Coming along slowly.
It takes twice as long to do everything, but it's because it's not bolted.
All custom. What, 600 horsepower or something, eh? It's gonna be.
When I get there. But no weight, that's the key.
Yeah.
To a fast car. A new floor in it, all new sill panels. So the floor's all been cut, and so they used to call it body dropping back in the day. So it's all been cut and raised 80 mils.
Where's your engine for it at the moment?
Oh, it's just down over yonder.
Oh yeah. There's the 4G63 forged.
So
All-wheel drive.
So now it's just welding up all the fronts and making gussets and everything like that. New firewall in it, ready to race.
Wow, as for this thing. Well, the time has come. About to dig into the RX-7 and start stripping it down, but before we do that, I don't know if we mentioned last video, but it had major exhaust leaks, so James fixed those, and it turns out we thought it was a cracked manifold, but it was actually the flange was that far. What, how much? Like 3 mil-ish?
Yeah.
Yeah, got that fixed, and just exhaust leaks the whole way down, so took it for another run after done that, and it's like definitely a lot more power. It made a huge difference. So yeah, it's running a lot smoother now. James is just going over all the spots in the engine bay that he's going to weld up and shave. But there was quite a lot in the last video that I forgot to mention, like how it's actually got a Link ECU. Oh, it's got a twin plate clutch, yeah, all sorts. There's quite a bit been spent on it, which is pretty cool.
I think the box has been rebuilt.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's got all brand new rotors, pads, and all that sort of jazz. Someone spent a lot of money on it and ran out of money spending on paint, I guess.
So yeah, it's time to tidy her right up. Also, something that was pretty cool, the previous owner, or the previous owner, watched the video and messaged me and told me all the information about it, because the person we got it off didn't know much at all. So, you know, we kind of went in blind. Yeah, he told me that he rebuilt it all. It was actually in the S14 drift car. It's had a somewhat hard life, but you know, it's a rotary. What do you expect? So yeah, that explains the reason why the turbo's so far forward, because that was to fit it in the Silvia. So ideally, we were thinking about doing a new manifold and stuff, but you know, now that the exhaust leaks are fixed, unsure. We'll see how we go. Might make one or something, but yeah, it doesn't look the best there. But yeah, got a whole lot of history on the car here that for like 10 years or something, I think, this whole setup. But yeah, if I remember anything, I'll mention it, but I've forgotten at the moment. It's time to pull the running gear out and strip it right down. I think we're going to go quite extreme, subframe out and everything, paint all that. It was a hard decision, but I think we've got a colour that I don't think anyone will be disappointed at. It's going to be so good once it's done. So I haven't pulled out a rotary before, have you?
Nope.
So it looks real easy.
The last time I would have painted anything with a rotary in it would have been 15 years ago, and I think it was an RX-3, or an 808 converted to an RX-3, and we never pulled the engine out, but I remember sanding the engine bay.
So yeah, I think we should have this out in under an hour. I mean, everything's like easy to get to. There's a lot of space in these, which is ideal.
The right tools are the ones, eh?
Yeah, so yeah, we'll take basically everything out of the engine bay and prep it, go to the extreme prepping it, paint the whole engine bay, whole car, obviously, inside the door jambs and everything, just doing this whole thing properly. It's going to take a lot of time, but it's going to be worth it in the end. Also, if anyone's got like some factory aero or something for it, like a Series 5 kit, we wouldn't mind considering buying it to put on it. I think it needs something. It would look a bit better. It did actually have a...
that was a BN kit?
Yeah. So yeah, the guy...
I don't think he ever fitted the BN kit.
Nah, he said there's a BN kit for it, but he wanted an extra $2,000 and didn't really think it was worthwhile. BN kits are like sick on these, but you know, it makes it a bit unpurist. I think a BN kit's more suit like a drift car. So yeah, just want to keep it like super tidy and somewhat original. Exhaust is off, drive shaft off. Just done the cross member for the gearbox, and engine mounts, it's ready to come out already.
Start it up.
Well, that was easier than expected. So found some interesting stuff along the way, although in saying that, the guy that done it all did say he didn't exactly try to do it flash, so we were aware of it. It's all good. But yeah, just stuff like that was cross-threaded, which goes to the catch can. Mismatched bolts all over the show, and
the gearbox cross member was Mickey Mouse.
But yeah, it's all good because it's all stuff we'll all go over everything and tidy this thing right up. Just like oil lines, you know, there's still like tape there and stuff. Just leaks. Well, no, this fitting here wasn't, like the hose that was on that wasn't even sealed properly, so I was just pissing out oil. But oh, once we're done with this thing, it is going to be so good.
Brand new.
Can't wait. She's going to get the full treatment. Also, we're wondering why this was all blue. Is because this was used for a gender reveal. Actually got the video of it. At least we know she does good smokies.
Yeah.
Alright, that's about it for this video. Make sure to like and subscribe because this car is going to turn out so sick. Tomorrow in the next video, we're going to be pulling it right apart. No mucking around, so yeah, stay tuned for that. It's going to be good. See them side by side like that. I think I've used that word too many times, but just look at it. That is so clean and OEM.